Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the ADK channel. We're going to go check out today's video. There'll be no pausing or talking during the video, but we will share our thoughts and feelings at the end. Let's go. Okay, there we go, Mr. Luca Stricagnoli and Sweet Child of Mine. Was I the only one that was just sitting there going, is he going to do the solo? Is he going to do the solo? Just the whole way up to the solo point. Because obviously we did Alec Bartar, a week and a bit ago on the same song, Sweet Child of Mine. So we had to take it to the next level and bring Mr. Luca Stricagnoli in to do his fingerstyle. Andy, over to you.
Wow, mesmerising. I think it's probably the word I always use when we do this man's videos. I mean, I don't like the song anyway, but I kind of, a few minutes in, you kind of forget that's what he's playing because it's just incredible. I mean, he's the guitar that he's holding. He's got two capos at different points. He's playing, for the sort of chorus of the song. He's playing a chord where his little things on the top string, his index fingers on the bottom string. There's a part where I think he's playing notes with his right hand, his ring fingers strumming the strings to make part of the song. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, you almost feel cheated where later on he's just strumming, not got his hand on the neck. What are you doing? That's too easy. Why are you doing that? Surely you can elaborate that part of the song, but no. He's playing percussive parts with three fingers at a time, but he's still making notes out of the string. It's just incredible. To calculate and work out and invent chords basically to play that song yourself on two different guitars with different settings throughout is just incredible. And then to play it as well. I mean, obviously that wasn't one take and recorded on camera. That's obviously a studio recording and put together for a video. But it's just, he's a genius. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of preparation that must go into doing that, as you said, Andy, some of those finger stretches he was doing for the chords in the chorus, which he could easily have avoided. So I appreciate that he went out of his way to really phrase them like that and structure them. And yeah, it was just reminds me, it's like if I ever pick up a guitar again, I don't think after 100 years of lessons with Steve Vai, I would get anywhere near that standard. They're very impressive though. Look at how good he is rhythmically, the percussive elements. It's like he's playing that Arabic instrument, the darbuka, like the way that he would use his fingers, the dexterity of his fingers in between the fills, especially in the chorus. The only thing I think he struggled on, and that's not his fault, is it's hard, isn't it, to get that power if you're going to try and do the opening of that pentatonic blues rock solo, which you're just not going to get on the strings. So he sensibly decided to do the shred part, when Slash is doing that ascending scale run. He did that as in some strange chords, like in chromatic fashion. That was really inventive. I mean, the fact that he's operating two instruments as well and his coordination between them is perfect. Clearly you can't do that in one take, but I reckon he must have taken him a month to weeks to write it, work out what he needs to do, put it down on notation, and then to learn it, because that's quite a long song. It's like 5 minutes, isn't it? And there's some complexities towards the end. Yeah. So he didn't shy away from any of it. That's probably the best song I've heard from him. I think we did a Metallica one before, didn't we, in the past?
Yeah, Fade to Black.
Yeah, I'm like with Andy. I don't really like this. I just forgot that it was Sweet Child of Mine, and he made it his own, didn't he? There was a couple of moments where it sounded a bit like the Eagles.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. He's playing it on acoustic guitar, isn't it? And they have that blues twang to them anyway, Guns N' Roses, don't they? So, what a great job. And he just deserves so much admiration for the amount of time and effort that must go into doing that. And look how much money he spends on the cameras as well. Great camera work. You'd think that was Guitar Magazine that had turned up and done all the intricate angles, So, very impressive. This is a man who puts everything into this. I assume he's a full-time musician. How many
I'd
views
assume so, yeah.
Does he have over 1 million views of that? He must have.
Oh, easily, yeah. He's, I don't know, 6-7 million views on that particular one. So he does a lot of those sort of videos. And I mean, for me, when I watch it, I go through two different phases listening to something like this or watching it. There's the bit where you're enjoying him just playing it. And then my brain keeps switching over to going, how? How did he work that bit out? And then I go back to go, oh, that's really, really cool. And then I'm like, yeah, but how? I keep getting pulled in two different directions. I can't settle down and just relax because I'm just my brain is just trying to work out. But just how did you organize this? I would actually love to see a video of him talking through how he started it and went, this is how I approached. This is a brand new song, and this is what I've got to work on. So the first point is I've got to work out the core melody. Then I've got to work out the lead melody. Then I've got to change the tuning. So what I'm going to do here, and then I'm going to work out which instruments, because he actually had 3 different guitars effectively. The one on the bass actually had 2 different guitar setups on it, which you can kind of, well, you can see on the last pictures. It's a laid down standard tuning guitar with 2 different sets of capo type units on it, and then it has like almost like a sitar short string bit, so you could do the high bits. So he was having to switch between 3. He's got this little snare pad, but he was doing these little flicks with his fingers and getting right back to the chords. So it's like ba 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 ba, and straight back into weird chord shapes, and I'm like, my brain can't keep up with that. My brain is still thinking, can I just get to a freaking E chord, let alone freaking to stretch out to that? I'm like, how does your brain work that quickly? And I don't think, as you said, it was like, if you were to sit down, like me or you or Andy, any of us just sat down with a guitar, I don't think in 100 years we would be able to do this, because I think you have to be wired a certain way. There are certain skill sets that people have that they can just naturally do. And I'm not saying that's all natural, but I think his brain is wired in a certain way that he was able to come up with that. My brain is not wired. It doesn't work that way. I don't think I would be too much in my head. I'd be too busy thinking about what I'm trying to do. Whereas I think he can rapidly fire and know what he's doing. But I would love to know how long he spent on it. Weeks, months, I have no idea. But that's so much work that goes into that. And I really would love to see a behind the scenes breakdown of how he's literally, if he just filmed a start of and go, I'm going to start a brand new song, and this is how I'm going to approach it. I'd love to know that part of it, the approach, and then show cutscenes like every week of what he's built into it and how he's approached it. Does he layer it all up on a computer first, like do each individual track and then work out how he's going to merge them? Or does he learn it as he goes? Does he work out sections of a song incomplete? I'd just love to know that process, because I can't work it out in my head.
Dave, is he going to cover? Do you know what would really suit him? It'd be interesting if he did a cover of Van Halen, Jump. You know, because it's got that recognizable vocal line, and he could do the keyboard parts on guitar.
Maybe he has.
Awesome. And then
he's done so many
solo. I'd love him to do that. I think that would be quite a challenge.
But yeah, I thought he was really good today, and I know a lot of people go on about Alec Bartar fingerstyle being the best fingerstyle. I'm sorry, he's not. Luca Stricagnoli is simply the today he is definitely the best fingerstyle guitarist we've seen. I would love to know if there's anyone else even better out there. We actually had a comment on our last Luca video from a fingerstyle guitar player who said, yeah, he is the best. And they know, and even within fingerstyle guitarist circles, they recognize Luca Stricagnoli as the best because of his technical ability. Because most fingerstyle guitarists will do one guitar and maybe occasionally do the other one. This guy is multi-instrumentation, multi-guitar parts, and he takes it to a whole new level. But I would love to know any recommendations from anyone in the comments below of other multi fingerstyle guitar players that we should definitely check out. But there you go, Luca Stricagnoli and Sweet Child of Mine. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.